Okay, we're going to look at the components of a standard double action airbrush. First of all, if you know how to take something to bits and you know how it works, there's a good chance you know how to fix it. Start off, we can take the back cover off. That'll expose the needle and the needle holder. Loosen the nut at the end of the holder and we can expose the needle. It's a 0.35 tip needle used for very fine to medium detailing. The next item, fluid cup. Next, air cap. The air cap assists the paint in atomizing, breaks it down, brings it out into a spray pattern. When you're cleaning your airbrush, it's important not to damage the fluid tip, which is here, or the tip of the needle. You can see the tip is extremely fine. The slightest bit of dry paint or dirt or paint too thick, paint's not going to come out. That's what puts a lot of people off when they start to use an airbrush, is the fact that everything is so fine, the gun stops to work and people become grumpy with it and stop using it. Hence the amount of airbrushes on eBay, used ones, now up for sale. When we're cleaning the airbrush, really that's all we need to take off it. Good scrub down here with airbrush cleaner, dip your tip in the airbrush cleaner, then dry it off. Get a separate blower and a paintbrush, tiny detail brush, give it a bit of a swirl inside, blow it off. Take your needle, make sure the needle's immaculate, absolutely no signs of paint on it. What I've done in the past is to get a Brillo pad and pull the needle backwards and turn at the same time through the Brillo pad. When you're putting the needle back in, always push the trigger first. Needle back in and just push it as far as it wants to go. Don't force it. Retighten. Check that you can push down and pull back and that it springs back of its own accord when you let go. Air cap. Put this back onto the fluid tip and tighten up by hand. Don't use pliers. You over tighten it and you'll damage it. Fluid tip. Once again, only tighten by hand. You shouldn't need, apart from a little tiny spanner to set the fluid tip off, any kind of tools to strip an airbrush. Needle cap, tighten by hand, and there's your gun partially stripped and reassembled in a matter of moments. Double action, what does this mean? The standard double action airbrush here. First action, press, air. Second action is pull back, paint. The more you press and pull back, the more paint comes out. .30 psi, mixture 50% thinners, 50% solvent black. Tiny little line. That's pushing down and pulling back a little. Pull back a lot. The more you pull back, the thicker the line gets. Hope you enjoyed. Ask any questions if you need to. Keep your guns clean, unlike this one, and don't get frustrated when they don't work. Next video I'll show you basic shading techniques and how to use the paint to create the patterns.